everybody, to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horace.
Well, g'day, Chris. I realise we've only got 5 episodes left, and we haven't done enough terrible impressions, so give me your best Aussie accent before we get into the show, you bloody drongo.
Now, mate, you galore. Let's get on with the show. That is terrible.
We're fresh off our comics reviews, aren't we, with our Bane and Batman impressions, so...
That made me sound any better, Dave. Mr. Woo! Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
It's been a late one.
Fast.
Now, Chris, episode 26 tonight. Where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, like me and you love a bit of sports, don't we? Mainly football. But, someone's gone. Like in a football match, a team's been winning or pretty, neck and neck with someone else, but they're winning there. And 80th minute comes and they've gone from being 3-0 up to about fucking minus 100. Eden is literally, episode by episode, taking his victory parade and he's shitting all over it, Dave, because it's not gone well for him again today in this episode. He's really not coming across well, whether it's with the argument with Corey or when Teddy confronted him. I'm off that completely, Dave. I was happy he apologised, but I think that, he's still a cock.
Yeah, but he does. He thinks he's cock of the house, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He thinks, it's his way or the highway. And obviously, I went all in on him yesterday. I was really not happy with him. Like you say, I thought the fact... Well, actually, let's take the first bit, I guess. Erin, again, they think they're the king and queen, Erin and Eden, don't they, of the villa? And, Erin can dish it out, but she can't take it. And actually, Chris, you know what? I do have a voicemail. This is probably an opportune moment to play this one. So let's have a listen to that voicemail first.
Hi, boys. It's Jo again. Just wanted to contact you. A few things that maybe you missed and didn't say on one of your latest episodes. I'm not here just to criticise, because I do agree with a lot of things that you say. However, when you were talking about Erin and Eden and the fact that Eden was in trouble because he picked Millie up and, his face was too close to her, what, etc. Yeah. Here's something you missed, and this is what's really done it for me. I don't want them to win anymore, and I did at one time. Here's what's really done it for me. She had a real go at him for doing that. She had a massive go at him, like proper serious evils, and was not a very nice person at the time. What you failed to point out was that the very next day, I believe, when they were doing the boot camp for the boys, the girls were doing the boot camp for the boys, Erin was climbing on top of the boys, all of them, when they were doing press-ups. So where was her you-know-what? Very close to their you-know-whats. No one's picked her up on that, that's for sure. So it's okay for her to do that, but not okay for him to pick up Millie. Interesting. I've got a bit of a problem with the end of the series as well, because I love this series. I think it's the best reality series I've ever seen. However, as we're getting close to the end, I don't want anyone to win. I kind of wanted Millie to win, but now she's gone off and been like, oh, I really like tradies. Oh, no, I don't really like him, though. I don't really like him, though. And pointless. Whatever. What do you want? What are you in there for, Millie? What is the point to you? The only person I really like, and I don't think he has actually had enough credit, is Teddy.
Yeah.
I actually think he's a really decent guy. I really do. I think he's come in there. He's tried. Yes, he's tried with pretty much every girl, but he's had such fab and wonderful conversations with them. They're not after that, though, are they? They pretend they are, but none of those girls want that. They don't want someone that they can have great conversations and a laugh with. They want somebody they're going to look good on Instagram with, in my opinion. Oh, and one quickie, just before I go. Shelby can kiss my ass. She chose Jackson very simply because he was an easy target. Nobody else wanted Jackson. He would definitely want her. She wasn't sure at first whether Dom would want her, so she went for an easy target, and then she brought him down. So she can kiss my ass too. Do you think they'll end the series with no one winning? I don't know. Anyway, love your podcast, boys, and love you too.
No, she's great, Joe, isn't she?
Yeah, it's class, Dave, class. And her feelings are pretty much on ours. I didn't spot that with Erin at all, so that
I was
I
trying.
missed that.
I was trying to think back. I mean, I remember the press ups, and I remember sort of clambering over them. But I was trying to think which end she was at. So, but she was on top of them. But I think Chris, it echoes what we were saying, that she's just a massive hypocrite, isn't she? It's okay
Yeah.
for her to do basically anything, but then she'll pass judgment. And I mean, that blowing up over Eden was ridiculous. Everyone thought she was just having a laugh, but
Yeah.
she wasn't. She proper blew up. Crazy.
It is, and it's weird because I think Joe's right. What Erin does consistently is just cause arguments and shit and everything. And like I said, there is a good person in there. You've seen that, and she is quite good at setting, taking herself up. But that whole cock of the fucking school shit that's going on with her and Eden, who think they're better than everyone, just dicks. And Corey's done nothing really to set the world on fire. But that for me was his best moment in the villa because he wasn't having it from Eden. And then Eden sits up there like he's going to do something. It's like, he don't give a fuck. He said, I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to back down. And whether Eden was in the wrong, which I don't think he was, I was just happy that Corey had a bit of bollocks. He has got a bit of spice about him anyway. He's had a few little dust ups with people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, no, I'm happy with that. That's fucking good lad on him. However, Dave, I've got to say, the moment of the episode was Teddy confronting Eden. That was bang on, Dave. Absolutely. And he makes that Teddy because he articulates himself so well, but he does sound like a little kid, doesn't he, when he talks? Like he's really, his voice and that, he's really nice the way he approached it all. There was no nastiness in his the way tackling Eden. However, I was happy with Eden's response, but I think you've picked up on something else, Dave, which I'd not clocked at the time.
Well, I mean, we called Eden out yesterday, didn't we, for being a bully? And, Eden said, like, oh, I hate bullying and, sorry I made you feel that way or whatever. He wasn't actually admitting to bullying or anything. But I'm sorry, but he just comes across, he is a fucking bully boy,
Yeah.
And so I didn't find anything he was saying actually authentic. I didn't find it real. And even Teddy said, didn't he? He said, I'm not sure how much of it I believed. But at least, Teddy got to get it off his chest. And Eden, he didn't flat out deny it. He did kind of accept it and apologize for, Teddy coming up to him. So I hope that's it and that's put to bed now. But I was glad Teddy got that moment to just air something because, like we said yesterday, and I was losing it, that Teddy was getting bullied. And so, yeah, hopefully that's the end of it and they can all move on.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Hopefully they can. And Teddy gets that sort of significance in the house because he always seems to be a peripheral figure. I will say though, Dave, Eden again, it's not going well for him or Grant, because we have a truth game, and it looks like they've both got girlfriends on the outside.
I mean, I thought Grant had been over his worst, So early in the series, he seemed to get some pelters from some of these games, and he's done a bit better recently, hasn't he? But it all seems to be going. They both apparently got girlfriends on the outside. Now, I text you, didn't I? And I was like, this is it, isn't it? It's all going to go off because Erin is going to rip his fucking cock off. Even if he flat out denies it, she's not going to accept it. But she did. And I got all excited, Chris, that this was absolutely going to explode. But it didn't. So, yeah. I mean, these things have been reported in the media, apparently. But both of them seem to get... Well, actually, so Erin seemed to accept, Eden saying, I've no idea, it's not true. Taylor's face tells a story that it's not quite put to bed. She's got her doubts, I think.
Yeah, and Grant has not got a poker face, has he, Dave? He's like, it's ridiculous. And it's like, yeah, come on, mate. We can see that you're shitting it. He's absolutely panicking now that things are coming out. And they said, didn't they, 25,000 people fucking commented on this thing.
Fucking unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, I feel sorry for him if it's not true, but crikey, you just don't know, do you, Chris? I mean, I guess you've got the hindsight as well, but I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know that there's enough doubt in Taylor's mind. So she's saying the words. She's saying, basically, I trust you until I've got reason not to trust you. But I think she's got that doubt in her mind. And especially the way,
Yeah.
That relationship started early on. Grant was coupled up with Cassidy and whatever. And so Taylor was in that scenario. She was the other woman. So it's fine. And it's all been great since then. But now she's kind of thinking, well, if he was like that with me, could he be like that when we're coupled up? Could he be like that with someone else? I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's just bizarre, Dave. I think I honestly think his face tells another story to what he was saying because I think he was thinking, fuck, it's the last week, these come out. But it could be worse, Dave. You could have turned down a threesome with two girls and started crying, like Dom.
That was the most. No, was it two girls though?
I thought so. Or
I'm
maybe it
just trying to
wasn't.
think. I'm trying to think in my head now. Is it two girls or was it another dude? Because I think I might start crying as well. No, I was shocked by that. I thought Dom, maybe beneath that dull exterior, and maybe there is, more to him than he puts on.
Yeah,
I thought it was because you hear threesome, you automate. If you're a bloke, right, ladies, if you're a bloke and you hear threesome, it's two girls, right? But the
yeah,
old devil's threesome, Chris, that's two dudes and a girl, isn't it? So
yeah.
when it when it came out that it was true that he started crying, I just assumed, oh, it must have been another dude because he wanted her to himself.
I didn't even think of that, Dave, to be honest.
I'm gonna have to watch it back again on catch up now. Well, yeah, no, whichever it was, it surprised me, to be honest.
Yeah, he did because he showed no emotion whatsoever. I mean, I suppose you go from that, Dave. It could be worse. You could be Millie and have a picture of yourself on a porno site as well.
Yeah. Sorry, that made me. Her explanation made me a bit uncomfortable. She said, "Oh,
Yeah,
someone snapped her. She was still at school, but she had about 3 push-up bras on or something." And it's like, oh, fucking hell, But
yeah, it's a bit naughty that.
yeah, so she's not a porn star, she's saying, but she is on a porn site apparently. Um, I did have a look, Chris. Couldn't find her.
I haven't gone that far,
No,
Dave.
but yeah, but also, oh, Matt getting in with the old topless action there.
I know. That was a bit of a shocker because again, I mean, she's been really quiet, hasn't she? She's like the female version of Dom, really. She's just sort of there in the background, isn't she? But yeah, strange. It was a weird game that though. They
I,
said Taylor had a living boyfriend, but it was fake, wasn't it? You see
yeah,
Grant
yeah,
Grant looking like, holy shit, we're both doing the same thing.
yeah. You reckon Grant's guilty then, dear?
No,
Given
no,
his
I don't.
facial expressions.
I think his face gives it away, but I think he's like that with Cassidy. When I never lied when he stood to Taylor and he fucking got rumbled, didn't he? So I,
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's probably just contemplating, shit, I might not get a chance to get to the final here.
Could be, could be. Now I want to pick up on Joe's other point as well about Millie and wanting a tradie and then not. So again, so last week or whenever it was, we were heaping the praise on Millie because she was good value, good entertainment, but again, she's gone completely the other way. She's ditched Corey. She's fully gone on board the Mark train, even though he shaves his arms, his legs, everything. He's the most manicured, pedicured bloke in the villa now. Oh, bloke and woman probably. And even like Taylor and certainly Mac, who's caught the rough end of it, because she thought she was gonna, spend a bit of time with Mark, and then she's just whipped him away. he's like the opposite of everything she's been saying she wants. But I think he just likes the six pack, Chris.
Yeah, he has got an amazing body, I've got to say. But yeah, I think it's what you'd said. You said it the other day as well, and obviously Joe's picked up on it as well. Is she just doesn't know? And I think he did one thing in the episode, and she went, "Oh, so you are a bit of a tradie, in you." There's I'm like, is this like got to tick your box of
That is
people
a
you got to get
reach.
with? He picked a
Nah.
screwdriver up once or something like that. Yeah.
I don't yeah, cook myself tea. That don't make me a fucking chef.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a pass me daddy's hammer and screwdriver. Yeah, okay.
I think I don't know if she's trying to lie to herself or something there. It's just like I think she realizes that she looks a bit daft. And again, I don't know if she's trying to convince us, the viewers, or herself, and she's trying to say, yeah, all of what I was saying before that I wanted, the fact that you don't tick any of those boxes, but I'm getting the fanny flutters for you. It's okay because, you picked up a hammer once. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But I am not invested in Millie and Mark. 1%, Chris. I just
No,
think
I'm not.
it's either hypocrisy or it's just fake. And I think Mac had said, how can you see it as being anything authentic when he's the opposite of everything she said she wanted? I mean,
Yeah.
shaving your arms and legs, Chris. I mean, come on. That's the opposite
Different
to the
level.
knuckle dragging tradie that she's been pining after. So yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I do, Dave, and I've done for years, and it was mainly because of wearing shirts when I used to work in an office years ago, is I've always shaved under my arms. Always. Religiously. It might be a revelation for you there, Dave. But I find that I don't sweat as much doing that. So I knew that. Well, I certainly don't shave my legs and my forearms and stuff.
Yeah. So for probably similar reasons, I don't do it that often, but occasionally I do as well. And it's just a hygiene thing for me.
Yeah,
So
me too.
when you go into the gym and stuff, and it's just, it gets, it's horrible. So yeah, I'll do it as well occasionally.
Yeah, I know. I won't admit when I shave as well anywhere else, Dave. But anyway,
Come
we'll
on, we all
certainly
do a
go.
bit of manscaping sometimes, don't we? Surely,
Yeah,
just keep things cropped.
I've done it a
Fucking
few
hell, Chris.
times.
I,
Yeah, well,
I hope none of my
well,
mates listen to this.
we're going down a rabbit hole here, David. A fucking rabbit hole.
No, Chris, we get to the recoupling, and again, most things are pretty obvious, aren't they? But it gets down to, obviously Millie's going to pick Mark, and then so Max ended up with the Mac Teddy, or she can pick Teddy or Corey, and then I do feel a bit sorry for Corey, and like I say, he got a few points for me the way he wouldn't back down with Eden, and I thought that might create a little bit more tension and even up the numbers again, so you got Trady Grant and his gang there. I thought Corey might sort of slip in with that. And, we get to see some of the boys having some drama. But no, he's only just got there, and basically Mac picks Teddy and Corey's off. What's he been in there, like 2 days?
Well, it's funny, Dave, because I've seen Corey in a reality show recently, a UK-based one, where he came over, and I remember seeing him thinking, I've seen this guy before. But you just can't twig.
Mm.
I wasn't going to say it when he came in because obviously I didn't want to like ruin any part of the show. But he was in that other show with some girl he was with about as long as this. I think he was in that for about a
Oh,
day,
really?
and then they fucking voted him off. So yeah, it wasn't the best contestant because you find like we watched X on the Beach. We watched. Me and Sam have watched it for age MTV, but it's gone really like shit now. But they're all celebrities. So like the last series was Callum Best was on it, and he literally had like you'd have one or two girls come, but it was like he had two girls at once. Callum Best had that many conquests. It was just boring. And then there's a guy called David McIntosh who went out with Kelly Brook. He used to train at the gym I used to train at. He's a massive. He used to be a gladiator. He's huge, Dave. He's on it, just being an ass. But Mike was on it from Love Island last year, Michael and Amber.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he's on
yeah.
it.
I
So
remember
he's
you
on it
saying,
like,
you did tell me about
yeah,
that.
there was another girl off Love Island on there, and he got like fucking Joey Essex on there and that. So what happens is when they come on these shows, it's like a fucking. They just vie for every reality show. The agents must just like get them on X on the beach. They get them on fucking Come Dine With Me. They get them on, like all sorts of nonsense. Like if there's a fucking hair salon one where they've got to do nails or eyelashes, you'll have the different. It's the same people on the same shows pretty much all the time, and that's what at the back end of this. Probably a lot in the Aussie one got as well, the Big Brother and all that sort of thing. You see him flicking across because John James, I forgot, was in the UK Big Brother. It was only when Sam said it at the start of the series.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, and he was a big part of that Big Brother as well because he was like the love interest for Josie who won it. So, yeah, it's fucking bizarre, Dave. Bizarre world. They all just fucking vie for anything. But anyway, Corey's definitely forgettable just for other than his Eden moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's not long left of the season anyway, is there? It's like 4 episodes after this. We'll obviously do our recap episode as well after that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure by the next episode I'll have completely forgot he was in. John James I'd forgotten, to be honest, until you just mentioned him then. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, again, I can't ask you for predictions, can I? Because so I mean, essentially, Sophie Monk says, you've got one couple. We're into the final week. You'll get one couple going home each night. So they've all got their best sales pitches on, and so it's going to be really interesting. I think Mac and Teddy look vulnerable. Still not really convinced by Amelia and Josh. We didn't talk about them too much tonight, but she seemed a little bit grumpy, and seemed to be worried that she was pushing him away or whatever. Didn't really understand that whole thing that was going on. Again, might just have woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but then she realizes, where they are in the game. It's quite near to the end, so just wants to make sure she gets to the end or doesn't sabotage herself. So I see them being pretty vulnerable, though. As much as I don't want Eden and Erin to win it, I think, probably they'll still make it through at least to the final. So that's my prediction. I think, again, coming back to Joe's voicemail, I'm assuming someone will win, but the least of a bad bunch. But I'm a little bit wobbling on this now because of what happened tonight, and I think Taylor, her doubt might come up again. I think with Grant and having a whole girlfriend on the outside thing, but out of all of them, I'd have to pick. If I was to pick a genuine couple, it would be Grant and Taylor. If I was to pick, a friendship couple out of this lot, I'd go Mac and Teddy. And again, just as Joe said, Teddy just seems like a really nice, genuine guy. He's just had fuck all luck with any women, but you always want good things to happen to good people, don't you?
Yeah, and he's a nice bloke. He is a really, really nice guy. So, no, that's good stuff, Dave. I'll give you no predictions, as you've just said, because it'll just be pointless situation, David. Pointless. But I like what you're saying, and I'm making notes for our recap episode. That's all I'll say.
Very good, very good.
I have notes. I'm actually thinking about it now. I'm going to have to start putting something together for the last few episodes. So that when we do the recap, where are they now situation, I'm fully loaded, Dave, for you.
Very good, very good.
All right, mate. So if you want to contact us, guys, on Twitter and Instagram at cdrealitycast, if you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. So, Dave, great stuff. We're heading to the weekend. A few Prosecco's have gone down tonight, and there's going to be a few more before the next episode.
Absolutely. It'll be the old red wine for me, I think, and maybe a little bit of white on the Saturday. So, yeah, and if you want to, so Joe's email or voicemail, long-time listeners will know, but if you've not heard it before, so she's across on the I Secretly Recorded My Boyfriend podcast. Go and give that a listen as well. That's a lot of fun. Morally very questionable, but great comedy to listen to. Now, Chris, brilliant to speak to you again tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care. Bye.